Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hi, welcome to the Persistence Payoff Show. We're on USA Global TV and Radio. I'm your host, Kimberly Schaefer. I'm the inventor of the Ring Thing, which is a patented waterproof ring holder. I'm a first-time inventor and entrepreneur, so I'm on my own journey of persistence. And this show is devoted to talking to people who have that quality and seeing what we can learn from them about their own journey with working through challenges and sticking to their dreams and making things happen. It's very inspiring, and that brings me to our guest today. I'm thrilled to have with us Trixie Gynn'S, who is the founder of Custom Trends TV and Magazine. Trixie founded Custom Trends TV in 2011 and Custom Trends Magazine in 2022. She's been very accomplished. She's a winner of 3 Telly Awards, and she also is a fashion expert. And so she herself has walked on the red carpet at the Cannes Film Festival. She's covered that festival. She recently covered the International V Week in Dubai at the World Trade Center there, and that included the world's largest runway, and she'll be covering another fashion show coming up. Most recently, she has founded Future Fighters of America to support upcoming MMA fighters and boxers, and she also supports and spotlights current fighters. In addition to everything else, she's a philanthropist. So I'm really excited to talk with her about all of these things and learn about her journey. So please welcome Trixie.
Hi there. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Kimberly.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Well, I thought before we start talking about your journey and how you got to where you are, could you please start by just giving us a snapshot of where you are right now and what you're focused on for the spring and summer?
Yes. Well, right now at the moment, we have spring and summer 2025. I'm sorry. Yes, we have spring and summer 2025. I have so many multiple projects going on right now. So I'm, kind of getting balance on everything. But at the moment, we are really focused on our MMA and boxing, which is Future Fighters of America. And it's a program that I have for the youth fighters here in the United States. And we have a few gyms that are affiliated here in Texas and in the West Coast over in Los Angeles area. And we anticipate helping many children this summer every month. And of course, the magazine, which features different topics like cars, sports, fashion, and nightlife throughout the world.
Yeah. Wow. It's impressive how many things you cover. And in addition to your work with the fighters, I see in your upcoming edition of the magazine, you're covering a musician who looks like a brilliant pianist.
Yes. What I tend to do every issue for print, we have a print issue every other month. And I love to dedicate a portion of music. Music has been part of my life. A lot of people don't know, I was in a marching band when I was in high school and in junior high. And music has always been the foremost, one of my favorite things to do. And it's something that I've always, I played the clarinet. So I've always been interested in music. And so I just really appreciate other people who work just as hard in music and who maybe are just coming out with music. And I think we can all help each other brand our vision, So I always believe in helping others. So we always have different talented individuals in our magazine. So
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. And I'd love to just go back and hear about how Custom Trends started. Like in 2011, when you started working on Custom Trends TV, can you tell us how that started, and were you always interested in being a journalist?
yes, actually, my first show, it was short-lived, one season, called Trixie Gynn's After Hours. And that was here on Houston local network called Houston Channel 55. And it was a fun show at, like, I believe it was 1 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays. And it was a fun show covering music and covering comedians. Like I mentioned, I love music. So I believe do things that you really love, and then the rest is going to fall into play. So I was interviewing musicians here in Houston, Vegas, and Los Angeles. And the show was one season, and the network decided to change the network into a Spanish station. And my Spanish isn't enough to carry a show. So I had to look for another network to find, a place for Trixie Gynn's After Hours. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to find one. No one, the interest in comedians and the music, it just wasn't there at that time. People, they didn't want to, they just weren't, it wasn't as highly interested at that moment. And so I had many network agents who said, Trixie, we love your work. We love the concept of you interviewing people and getting out there. Because the brand was there, the Trixie Gynn's, the whole motto was there on interviewing, but the network needed something a little bit more down to earth, a little bit more not too fun. Because a lot of times with musicians, I was interviewing a lot of musicians at night, and what are they doing? Drinking and smoking, And so although my fan base loved it, but morning networks did not. And so they said, create another show. So I thought, wow, what am I going to create that could be family oriented and that I'm going to love? Because I had gotten the bug of filming, and I was like, gosh, I got to do something. And what can I do that I love? And I always loved fashion, always loved cars. And so I just started covering topics of that, cars and fashion and just concerts, things locally here in Houston that I found that was family entertaining. And I put a pilot together, and Ion Television, Ion Network here in Houston, loved it and said, go for it. And so that's how I thought of Custom Trends, because actually how I got the name was fashion is my life, of course, and cars. And I Googled the definition and I put words together. And that's how I came out with Custom Trends.
Wow, that's a great.
That's history.
Yeah, and it's such a great name. It's really powerful. It describes what you do, and it's a terrific name.
Yes, thank you. Yes, because it couldn't be After Hours because it was a morning show on Saturdays at 9 a.m. and it could no longer be Trixie Gynn's After Hours. It had to be, and I wanted to. I knew that wasn't it. I knew Trixie Gynn's After Hours, that was just a fun show, but it wasn't something more serious. And I wanted to, do more and help others. And that was the main thing, was to help others and try to find that niche. And once you find it, just, you have to, just go for it, and not be scared.
Yes. Well, and how long would you say it was from that point when you started Custom Trends, that first episode and those first shows, to when you really felt like you were on your feet with it? How long was that interval?
I think it was on season 2, the second season. The first season was, okay, let's try this, let's try that. And I had another editor and we pieced things together, we put ideas together. And I had to change a couple editors because that's also important. You have to have a good team. If you don't have a good team to inspire you and help create, you might just be stuck in one little spot, because doing this, it's going to be a team effort. You can't do it alone. It's you need a team effort and people who are just as involved and in the field and share the same vision as you.
Yeah. So, I'm thinking as you're talking, this is so interesting. And just to think about your own persistence through that, right? So you
Oh.
persisted because you were like, okay, this isn't a good fit with these editors. I need to
Mhm.
get a different fit. So you were
Mhm.
really dedicated and focused on your vision and making it happen. And can you talk a little bit, like, did you have any times when you were like, oh, forget it, this isn't going to work? Or were you just determined, like, I am going to figure this out?
Yes. Oh my God. Funny you say that. There was a time, yeah, I remember. And that's how when I doubted myself, that's how I won my silver Telly. I have my bronze and then I have my silver. And when I got my silver at that moment, when I was covering Miami Super Bowl, and I was there 8 days covering, and then I flew back into Houston for 1 day and had to fly out for the Oscars.
Wow.
And this was all for that award, which I say that because I felt like I had nothing left to give. I really felt defeated. I'm like getting choked up. Like I really felt defeated because I'm kind of like going over the emotions now that you mentioned it and I'm mentioning it. But it was at that moment when I said, you know what? This is what it's going to take. You're going to be tired. You're going to be at airports and you're going to be just exhausted. But the outcome, piecing it together, and then coming back from LA and then piecing that vision of the Super Bowl and the Oscars, and then some stuff for Monica to make one amazing show. That's when I knew, okay, this is what's going to take, and you can't play around. You can't play around. You can't miss a day, and things are going to make you upset, and you have to find that inner self to just say, you know what, you got to do it. And then after that, that's when I said, you know what, keep going because there's more for you to give.
Wow, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah,
You're giving me goosebumps hearing.
Yes, and when I mean tired, like I couldn't. My back was hurting. I'm a woman of a certain age now, and so it's like,
Me too.
I'm tired. I can't do this carrying camera equipment, being in front of the camera, being behind the camera, and then coming home and then editing it, and then being up to promoting it. I mean, this was work, and then sometimes your home life can also be affected because then you don't pay attention to that as much because you're so focused on that. So you really have to have a significant other that understands. That's also a big important issue. And the whole team, your editors may be busy at the time too with other projects, but you have to, work with everyone and try to get things done in a timely manner so you can meet those deadlines. And because with TV at that moment, you had deadlines. We had to get things closed caption. We had to get it right. And now with social media, we're able to edit a lot faster. And I've learned how to edit. I am like so into, when I first started getting things edited, I was always like, oh, this needs to be changed like this. This needs to be. And my vision wasn't always exactly like the editors. And so I just learned it. So that way I could do it myself. Because a lot of times it's like, oh, someone's not going to work on your stuff the way, no one's going to take care of you but you. It's your baby. Why would anybody else focus on just your work? No one's gonna come and rescue you. No one's gonna come and save you. You have to figure it out on your own. That's one of the things I found I had to be persistent on because I left it to the editors and then things would slip. You can't do that. You cannot leave it up to the photographers. You can't leave it up to the editors. You can't leave it up to the anybody else who any assistants, anybody you have put on. You have to do it yourself in order. That's when I think I was climbing more, when I started doing things for myself instead of, oh, poor me, let me have someone else help. In this business, you really have to get in there and get involved. At least for me, that's how it was.
Yes, no, that makes really good sense. And it's like you're empowering yourself to make your vision happen.
Mhm.
But like you said, that requires some really long days. And so I'm also interested in knowing, what is your self-care routine and how do you keep yourself at least full a little bit with energy?
Yes, yes. Well, usually my mornings have been the same lately. Wake up, usually, well, sometimes like this morning, 4 in the morning, just out of nowhere. Since I'm right now, spring just started for me. Uh, I'll wake up thinking, I guess I'm dreaming of who I'm interviewing. And then I wake up like, oh, I got to ask this person. I got to email this person. And I just abruptly wake up and then I can't go to sleep. So this morning I was up at 4 in the morning and reaching out to the music artists that will be featured in the coming April, Flora Chang and things like that. As an example, I just abruptly wake up and you get going and then you have to make yourself some time to work out, feel good about yourself as well, and eat, have the proper diet and care for yourself so you can pull a whole day. You can work in the morning a little bit, work out. That's my routine. Work a little bit in the morning over coffee, then go work out, and then come back to the computer and finish off the day.
Yeah, that's so smart because it's so easy. Sometimes I leave my workout until the end of the day, and then it's really easy to miss that, right? You
Oh, yes.
just push through
Yes.
this one more thing.
Yes. I've noticed for myself, if I push it to the evening, it won't get done because I'll start watching one of my TV shows that I love, like The Housewives or something, and a reality show, and then I just start tomorrow, and so I try to get it done in the morning, and it's good to work from home and do interviews from here in my office, so I can go take a quick jog around the neighborhood. Go jog 20 minutes. And then it also helps clear my mind. Because sometimes as a writer, now I became a writer too. So now as a writer, you kind of get a writer's block and you're like, gosh. And a lot of my ideas come when I'm working out. So and that's how I started Socks for Hope for my MMA and boxing. And that was from a jog, from out jogging. I said, what can I do different
Wow.
to do Future Fighters of America? Future Fighters of America is something I started last year. And it was something new to me. I always wanted to help our youth in fighting, in the martial arts, kickboxing, boxing. And what I've noticed is when I started interviewing some of the sports individuals, some of them were young, and what inspired me was the look on their faces when here I come with the microphone and the magazine, and they're inspired. And many of these children, youth, need that extra push. Some of them, are barely making their training fees. So I'm there to help. Where my whole vision for Future Fighters of America is to bring awareness to help the young youth here in not just in Houston, as in Los Angeles as well, but help different gyms that are affiliated with me to bring awareness, give them gifts. We have a gift going out the end of April to the kids, and I have different sponsors that are going to help out, and we're going to have a bag for them, and it's a bag of not just sport products but educational products. We think education is also key, and at the end of the month, someone gets their fees paid, and everyone gets a bag of goodies, which is also including socks, coloring books, different educational products, and sports products that are sponsored by individuals who are also in our magazine for spring and summer.
Wow. I think it's fantastic. And I think, and you're right, I think that youth who are fighters, there's not a lot of scholarships, there's not a lot of support for it, but it gives them such discipline and serves them so well in their lives. Talk about persistence.
Yes. And then they get to share it on their social media and the bragging rights.
Yes.
They're like, whoa. And they want to work harder. They would love to work harder. And they're like, wow, I can do this. And I want to get that belt and win cash and prizes at the end of the season. So at the end of the season, at the end of summer in September, we are going to award the next belt, the 2025 championship belt, along with cash and prizes and their own special feature in the magazine, which will be just specifically for them. And it's something each youth member, which is for females and males, and I've been getting nothing but great feedback. And I also asked them, what would y'all like? What, because a lot of times you need to know what is it that they like too. And you have to get involved, ask questions. And that way it's a learning process, because it's a learning process for me too. I am new to this and on the Future Fighters of America, but it's something I've always been involved with sports. So it's something I wanted to do to help the community. I think that was I think helping others. It's a big part. It's a big part of the business. You have to help others. You can't just take. You have to give. You have to give back. And not only that, it feels great. I feel better as long as I'm giving. I feel better. My day goes by better. Everything seems better when you're doing more for others, because it always comes back. The universe has its way to repay you. People see what you do. And if they see that you're doing it from the heart, they will definitely invest their time and their energy towards your brand.
Yes. Well, and I so support you in that. And it's also interesting because you mentioned that when you first started with Custom Trends TV, part of your interest was to give back. And you said, you need to find something that you love. And that's exactly what you're doing. You found something that you love and you're giving back. And so I just love seeing that carry through everything that you're doing. Is really impressive.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yes. It's all about giving back. You do the things that you love and cover the things that you love. And the whole I love the entertainment. I love fashion shows. Fashion shows wouldn't you believe, like everyone who I've talked to in fashion, they love the sports. It all goes hand in hand. Sports and fashion. So everything goes, and in cars, everything goes hand in hand. You don't bore your viewer. There is something in my magazine for everyone. Always try to expand your vision. Don't just focus on one thing, because somebody else, you might be losing the interest of one viewer. Now, if you have multiple things that you like and that, families can enjoy, you're going to have a broad audience and things will go well. And then you could see your stats online, what is working and what you need to work on. I have a website, so I'm able to see what everyone is looking at, even on the digital magazines. I see what pages people are interested in. And so that kind of tells me at the end of the month, hey, let's focus more on this. Let's focus more on that. And when I focus a lot with the sports, it just, so you kind of go with what your audience is doing. You kind of feel the audience, get the feedback, and just move from there. And, always find interest in what others are doing as far as cars, fashion, and, that way you can get involved into their events and work together.
Yes. Well, that's so neat. And can you talk a little bit about how you developed the magazine? So you had Custom Trends TV,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've expanded into the digital and print world. And how did that come to be? And what has that process been like?
Oh, yes. Well, the magazine started actually as an idea when COVID happened. As you know, we all had to stay home. And I was like so into traveling and doing events, covering events, interviewing. And that's my passion, is to interview and to help others. And I still wanted to do it. And so I had to put it in paper form. So I started reaching out to individuals on social media and said, would you like to interview? I'm starting a magazine. And that's how Custom Trends magazine was created, from COVID, actually. And I had another show that was being proficient I did with racing. And it was just something I did with just a few events here in Texas. But my interest fell with Custom Trends magazine because my heart was always with Custom Trends. I maybe another time I'll do being proficient, but Custom Trends is that's my baby. So I was like, you know what, Custom Trends TV, let's put it on a magazine. And now with the world going back today, it's like, oh, do I want to go back into TV? No, because the internet has changed. You know, the internet has changed, and now we're doing podcasts. Now we're doing other things that interest the viewer at home, and you have to go with what's available and what the people are doing, and go from there.
Yeah. Well, I think it's so neat to hear that progression. That's really making lemonade out of the COVID situation, and also being open to new ideas. Like you weren't stuck in a rut and saying, I've got to do this. I'm doing the TV and that's it. But you expanded and were open to new opportunities.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I still do both. I still interview, do the video because I have a large audience on Instagram, and people love the work and people love the message. That's the important thing. The message. What's the message? And that's how you're gonna get a fan base. Many people are like, how did you reach your goals, and how did you just find out what the viewer likes? But you have to, don't come at it with, and this is what I see a lot. This is friends of mine or people online that may reach out to me and are like, how did you start? A lot of people want to start in, oh, I just want the fame and I just want the money. No, it's not. If that's your mentality, if that's your vision to come into this entertainment business, you already lost. You might as well not even do it. Those are the two things you need to erase out of your head, because people are going to know, and people are going to see right through you, because your care and your passion isn't going to be there. The video, the screen, the message, just talking to people, they're going to know. They're going to be like, oh, something isn't clicking. And that's how many people I've seen fail, because they're all about themselves and forget about who they're interviewing. They're like, who are we interviewing? Is it about you, or is it about the person you are trying to help? The moment you make it about yourself, I really feel that. And if you want to make it, oh, I want to make $1 million. Oh, I want to go to that red carpet and brush shoulders with the celebrities. You won't cut it. It won't cut it. The real producers, the real investors will see right through you. They're not gonna, it won't happen. It won't. Yeah. That's what I can say. I'm like, I've seen it. I've seen many people, and then they give up. They give up after one season. And why? Because their vision wasn't correct. You have to do things from the heart, but you have to be persistent about it as well. Daily. You have to do it when you're tired. You have to. You're going to have to go. Maybe you promised to go cover an event and you're sick and you're tired and you just don't want to do it, or something else came up. You cannot change. You have to go, and it's a tough business. It's a job. It's something that, if you are really passionate about it, and it's something you want to, it's going to come to you. You're going to find that. You're going to muster that energy in your soul to get out there and do it,
Yeah, that makes sense. You're right. You have to dig deep and come from that authentic place, because there are, I feel like influencers are getting a little bit less influence, perhaps, because I think that the authentic people are shining through, and not just the influencers like you're talking about.
See it. I mean, I've met you at an event. You can tell when someone's short with you, and they're just like, it's like they're trying to hurry up, and that's a thing also with me. Having ADHD, I'm trying to hurry, and I have to kind of slow down too, and I have to remember, and calm myself down. Hold on, let me be patient. Let me, yes, you have to be patient and not just be in a hurry. And that's another thing that I was bad about, reaching out, trying to say my message in 1 minute, all in one breath, especially at events. And you only have a window of 2 minutes to impress someone, right? And so it's like, especially when you're on red carpets and you have a limited time, but you have to just be impressionable and get your message through without, it's a lot of work. You have to know your work and your craft. But I think when you're in the moment, if your passion is there, people see it. People always see it. Because if you're tired and you don't even seem interested, why would somebody else be interested and invest their time with you if you don't even seem interested? Yeah.
It's really true. People can feel that. And can you feel that when you're interviewing someone? If you're on a red carpet or at an event and someone comes through and they're kind of like, oh, okay, let me give this interview. It's different than someone who's really interested in it. Can you feel that as the interviewer?
I can definitely tell. I can definitely tell when someone is not even in a good mood that day. I've been on red carpets where, which is why I always stay away from personal questions. I never ask a personal question in people's private lives, especially on red carpets. You mostly want to talk about their work and what they're doing. Custom Trends magazine isn't one of those reality gossip magazines. We are a magazine about promoting positivity and awareness of brands and doing it in a manner that the whole family can enjoy. So that's another thing to keep in mind.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm curious to know how you plan things out. Like for example, for 2025, do you sit down in January or even December of 2024 and say, okay, here's what I want to accomplish this year? Or is it more organic than that? Like how do you move forward each year?
Oh, this year was, doing Custom Trends magazine for the last 2 years. What I found myself, the most challenging part is the holidays, Christmas. And I distribute in Christmas the best of, and it was the best that happened all year, like the best of 2023, the best of 2024. That is my most recent, of course. And that's a lot of work. And it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of away from my family, of course. And now I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pump up spring and summer, and then just do something little minute for the fall. But I'm gonna take November and December off. I know I say that now. I know a lot of my friends watching this because I said this last year. I wasn't gonna do it 2024, but then I'm just so I need to be involved, and it's like something comes up, and then I end up doing it. But as of right now, I have my schedule planned out for the year, and I anticipate doing spring and summer, and just one issue for this fall because I want to enjoy the holidays and then come back strong in January with something new. So you have to stay tuned.
Yes, absolutely. And I hope that you get to do that because I think it fits also with what you were saying about taking care of yourself. Like you've been working really hard since 2011 constantly. And so I think that the idea of having some time off just for yourself to rejuvenate is great. So I'm very excited and hope you get to do that.
Yes. I had January and February off, fortunately. So I feel good. You see, that also is what I needed. It's like, oh, and then it was kind of cold out here in the Houston. And so I kind of hibernate. And I'm like, I just enjoyed painting. I have other, passions as well and hobbies. And I love to paint and work out and just do different art projects for here in my home. And you stay busy. And I've noticed also when I'm painting, it's relaxing me. And not only that, my mind just keeps going and I'm creating more work. So that's why I'm mentioning next year I have more projects in store because that's something I'm already focused on what's going to happen next. That's also a thing, but you need your rest. So I'm planning my rest November and December in order to do January, because that's how aggressive my projects are. And I needed January and February off in order to find the core of what Socks for Hope is and what my vision is to help the youth. And that is, now I'm just like fully ready, and it's just going to spit like fire come in April. It's a couple weeks from now. So I have a very star-studded issue, and in May, and it's just going to be amazing. So I think when you get that rest, you work harder, but rest is very important.
Yes, no, I absolutely agree with that. You're really wise to do that. And I'm curious to know, with the magazine, you have the print issue and the digital issue. Do they take separate work to create each of them, or is it when you complete the magazine, is it both?
Actually, we have my latest, which is the 2020, the best of 2024, featuring Sabrina Carpenter. We have a team effort. So Innovation Media New York, Ivan Morales is a CEO, and he's also our creative director. So he covers a lot of amazing networks, amazing events in New York and in Florida. So he pretty much handles the East Coast. And then I have another photographer by the name of Dan Kennedy in the West Coast. And then here I am in Texas. So like I mentioned, team effort in order to get an amazing product, because you can't be everywhere. Let's just face it. It's too impossible to be everywhere. But if you have an amazing team, East Coast, West Coast, and then international, then you can make a product and make it fabulous just as well. And so like this one is a perfect bound. And I have Printing Center USA that I'm also a brand ambassador for them. And they are amazing. So if you ever need any kind of advertisement, they are amazing to work with. And but I designed this product myself, and I'm the editor and so the publishing editor. And so I create this myself. And there's two different ways. I have the perfect bound, and then I also have the saddle stitch. We also have this one that you were in, the saddle stitch with Robert De Niro on the cover.
That was fabulous. Yes, I love that.
And so you want to make different presentations for your product. This one is just a saddle stitch. This was a saddle stitch, and it's easy to, but you also, I found that some love the perfect bound, but then a lot love the saddle stitch because they're able to share it faster on social media. They're able to do this. And now with these, as you can see, it's a little harder. You have to really open it up. But this one's a little bit loose because I've been using it. This one's my that I use daily. So I've loosened it up, but it's a fabulous product. So product is also key. That's the main ingredient. You have to have a fabulous product in order to share your vision. So when you put this in the hands of people, they're like, wow, that's amazing. Where'd you get this? And that's how you establish a product. So I think quality versus quantity any day of the week, because I could put out an issue every month if I wanted, but you want the quality entertainment in there as well. You don't want to be known for that person just putting out whatever. There's a lot of that. There's many products that are just throwing stuff together, and then the vision is no longer there because the people who actually are involved in the magazine and just you're putting out new product too. What a lot of times I see people doing, they're putting out old content. So in this business, you have to consistently put new.
Yeah, that's true. And it was such an honor for me to be in that magazine. I was so thrilled to be included in it. So thank you for that. And
you bet.
Thank you. And we're just about out of time, but I wanted to ask you to please tell people how they can connect with you. How can they find you on your media and also your the Future Fighters of America?
Yes. Well, we are all on customtrends.tv. And if you'd like to be affiliated with the magazine, if you have products that you would like to donate for the MMA for the youth. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm getting twisted with my words here.
Mhm.
If you have a product that you'd like to help out, or just would like to donate a product for the children, you can reach me at Custom Trends. You can email me there, or you can DM me on my Instagram. I have a big following on Instagram at Custom Trends, and you can DM me and I could reach out to you that way as well. So either way, on customtrends.tv, you can email me, or on Instagram.
All right, that's fantastic.
I can help you with your vision as well. So I have a lot of ideas. So if you're wanting to, get your product and announce, I have a big audience and can definitely do press releases and all kinds of amazing things to help you with your generosity. It's not just of helping. We're all here to help one another, and definitely help the children. Keep them training so they stay out of trouble this summer.
Yes, that's right. Oh my gosh, Trixie, thank you so much for your time today and sharing this with us. It's so inspiring, and you are amazing, and I'm really excited to see what's coming up this year and next year.
Yes, I can't wait to share, but stay tuned, because we have an amazing April coming up with Michelle Manu. She is an amazing, talented woman, 10th degree Black belt, and she just got her doctorate degree, and they made a museum with her. It's amazing. I have so much to tell you on that. So if you could log on customtrends.tv, you will be astonished by the future fighters, and it's the warrior edition. So many warriors will be in this edition.
Oh my gosh, I am going to check that out for sure today. So thank you so much.
It's a warrior edition. It's a good little fighting, and I think I'm really excited. I'm just excited with this one. This one, every month, I always say, oh, well, the next one's going to be better. No, each one, quality over quantity, and you're going to be so excited to work on it. So you can't fail on something you're excited for.
No, that's totally right. Totally right. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And we hope to have you back again soon.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks. Oh my gosh, that was so inspiring. It's amazing to me, everything that Trixie has accomplished and continues to do. So I feel really fortunate that we had her time today. I always end every show with a quote about persistence. This one is from Paul Meyer, who said, "Productivity is never an accident. It is always a result of a commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort." And I think that Trixie highlighted that perfectly. You can reach me if you would like. I'm available through ringthing.com, and also on my Instagram page, ring_thing_. Feel free to email me or DM. Also, the show here is every other Tuesday at 12 o'clock Pacific time, and we hope to see you soon. Thank you so much.
In a world full of noise, misunderstandings, and interruptions, master the art of listening with Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck is the listening mentor of USA Global TV and Radio, and the Amazon #1 best-selling author of Mastering the Power of Elevated Listening. Elevate your listening. Elevate your life. Join a global learning experience in person or via Zoom. Reserve your spot today. usaglobaltv.com/book-your-session or drjacqueline.thinkific.com. Join Dr. Kerbeck's listening courses or hire her to unlock deeper connections and authentic conversations. Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honored to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dies. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.